Froststar,
Hell,
Palm Top, and Funky Yunky Matt.
Yeah!
oh boy.
How are you guys doing today?
Not too bad. Could be worse.
Pretty good, man.
Could be like Cross. Could have accidentally eaten bad McDonald's.
Oh, dude, food poisoning is definitely like the worst way to die. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
why I
it's
don't eat at
not
Burger King.
poggers. Get it?
Shut up.
No.
Because our thing is pog. Anyway.
Well, that made everyone quiet, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm just having connectivity issues.
Oh, I didn't even hear you.
I had trouble connecting to the joke. I apologize.
Hello, I am back.
Hi, back. I'm Kai.
I love you, Kai.
Yeah, it's okay. Speaking of things that we like, Palm.
Yeah.
Since our topic is about game developers, be it companies or people, what's one that you just have like a love for? And you too, Cross.
Oh man. See, the easiest answer that comes to my mind is a company that's no longer good but used to be good, and that's a good old Konami.
Ooh.
Because like,
Ooh.
man, they put out a lot of really good series that they just shat the bed all over, which was like, you look at it and you think of it, you're like, wow, they did make Silent Hill, or like, oh wow, they did make Metal Gear, which Metal Gear is one of my like most favorite series ever. But in particular, there's a certain developer that actually like brings it all together for me, and that is Kojima.
Yeah!
And man, Kojima is a madman. He's, in case you don't know about Kojima, he originally went to film school for quite a while, right? Because you can tell by the cutscenes in his fucking games. And don't get me wrong, that's a charm. That's a charm, all right. But like, the way he's crafted, like, especially in the first Metal Gear Solid in particular, he crafts these like long tales that you can easily get into. Like, at least when it comes to the first game, it's a very easy digestible message about nuclear proliferation. It's just like, I don't know, you really get sucked in the world, and it's just so wacky and cheesy. The Metal Gear games are something to love, and I know a couple of you guys like them too.
Mm-hmm.
I will always give him one thing. He knows how to world build, which is something that I highly appreciate when it comes to a game developer. Like, anyone who knows how to make a fleshed out or detailed world, that's huge props for me, because I love that shit. I love it more than the story sometimes.
Something I
Right.
will say about Kojima is, even though he's a fucking genius, he's also like a mad genius and kind of needs to like, I guess, be monitored, because Death Stranding was fucking ridiculous.
I loved Death
Here
Stranding.
comes
I will
Cross.
not.
Here comes Cross.
I will not sit here and listen to the slander from the unwashed masses.
I will just say it just. I'm not gonna say pretentious, but it just kind of seemed a little too fucking.
I'm willing to say
absurd.
pretentious. I'm willing to say pretentious. Just this once. I am.
If that's what you guys want to say, that's your rights. That's your right. Go right ahead.
It had a cool looking bike. I'll give it that.
Wow, thanks. That good to know that that's your takeaway from the entirety of Death Stranding. Was
Rest of it was garbage to me, but like it had a cool bike.
All right, Guy, you gotta admit, you've kind of changed your tune a little bit from a couple of the past podcasts. Because I remember before when we were going over it, you were like, "Oh, there was things to like about it. I enjoyed this and this and this." And now you are bashing Cross.
Yeah. Okay. Don't call me out on this. Don't call me out of this. But
I'm not calling you for dinner.
I'm just trying to make this entertaining, man. Because the game sure wasn't.
Oh my god! Okay, listen.
Dude, okay, listen, I don't want a fight to break out. Okay,
Cross.
calm down.
Cross,
I don't have any personal beef with Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus. I just think it's a little crazy.
Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus. Holy shit.
But speaking of, like, just to tie it up on one last point right there, it is just a shame that Silent Hills couldn't have come out. Like, you see, I've played that demo like 5 or 6 different times now, and there's just so many nice and small little touches for something that's just a fucking demo. Del Toro, Reedus, and good old Kojima going at it together, and it's a beautiful marriage of everything in one nice little honeypot. Like, and there's oh my god,
It's only been like 10 or so minutes. I don't want to start crying.
There is hope though. There is hope though, because there are rumors going around that the next thing being produced by Kojima Studios, Kojima Productions, is a horror title.
Ooh.
And again, Del Toro is on that shit, and I've also heard that Junji Ito is back on that shit
I
too.
hope so. I hope so.
What? True.
Because, I will give, just ignore my bashing of Death Stranding. Just ignore that. But like,
Okay, sure.
please, but like,
Okay, go on.
you take Silent Hill, which has already had like years of world building, which like I was saying earlier, I already appreciate. And then you take Kojima, who specializes in that shit and small little details, and you mix the two, and the potential that they had for it was, I don't even know how to describe it. I'm literally at a loss for words for what it could have been. It didn't even need anything, specifically Silent Hill about it for it to be amazing. It could have been like the best one of the series, even. Which, come on.
Well, another thing too is just the demo alone spawned so many copycat games and follow-ups from other like indie developers and even other companies such as like Outlast and other things. And you're just like, if a demo had the power to do that, I wonder what the actual game would have been, you know?
Exactly.
I'm sorry. Do you know what my favorite part about fucking PT is though?
What's
Well,
that?
Do you know like the thing about like Lisa Trevor the ghost?
Yes.
Like the little secret about her?
No.
Mhm.
She is constantly following you.
What?
She is actually following the player throughout the entire demo.
Like someone like did some shit with the camera and like locked the camera and started moving forward. She was fucking behind them, casting like real-time fucking shadows.
So
everything like
that's
that.
why that dumb bullshit was always freaking me the fuck out. Because
Exactly.
there was actual shadows behind me the entire time.
She's
Yes,
actually
yeah.
fucking there.
I don't know if the ghost is called Lisa Trevor though.
Yeah, I believe it's Lisa Trevor.
I think.
I think it's
I
just
think Lisa
called
Trevor's the
Lisa.
Resident Evil girl.
Yeah, Lisa Trevor is a Resident Evil character. This one's
Fuck,
just called
right.
Lisa.
Right. I got side. I was thinking of Resident Evil.
Still fucking scary. Still fucking creepy looking.
Yep.
No.
PT camera hack reveals that Lisa is always right behind you. Oh, fuck me. That is terrifying.
Speaking of Resident Evil.
Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Speaking of Resident Evil, who would you say is like the bigger monster, Capcom or Konami?
Konami.
Probably Konami, because Capcom's been on a roll in the last few years.
Oh, for real?
And they're making a new
good
Resident Evil game.
Yeah, I would say Capcom's basically in its redemption arc for single player content, but
Yeah.
we don't talk about their fighting games. We don't talk
No,
about their
that's
fighting
fair.
games.
Shut the fuck up about their fighting games. I'm still pissed.
No Darkstalkers. No what is it? SF5 existing the way it does. And oh my god, the fact they were thinking about making SF6 into a tag game again. Nah, get out.
Hearing
Marvel
Paul
versus
Mackay
Capcom.
just cringe over hearing Darkstalkers not coming is just ooh.
I wanted it so bad. You have no idea how hyped I was when I heard that they had trademarked the name again. I was just like, wait. Could it come? Could I finally get it again?
No.
Let me go ahead and just point out how much of a boomer I am. They are decided to go ahead and put in a rival schools character into the new Street Fighter instead of actually release a new rival schools, and it just for those of you who don't know what Rival Schools is, it's a 3D fighter that Capcom put out. Lots of fucking fun, really stylized. It's literally just about warring schools that like just come to beat the shit out of each other to determine who's the best. It was an awesome concept, but like, nah, we're just dumpstered. Character though, for all you old boomers out there, shoutouts to you, Palm Top. Thanks.
Hey,
Fuck Capcom.
Hey guys, look, we put Morrigan in another game again. We still like Darkstalkers, right? Because we
All
threw,
right,
her on this.
I have
Okay.
I have some information to reveal which I've not heard about till now. Apparently there was a Dragon's Dogma MMO.
I wouldn't know. I've never really followed
There
Dragon's Dogma.
there was Dragon's Dogma Online, released in 2015 and shut down in 2017.
That quick?
What?
That's pretty quick.
Dragon's Dogma is an amazing series. What or amazing game? Why did I not hear about this? Why was this not bigger news?
Did
Was
they
it
just,
Japan only by chance?
Oh fuck, maybe.
Did they just
That
not
would've been-
advertise it that much?
That yeah, I'm heard of shit. I ain't heard jack shit. If it was only, that was the stupidest fucking move. Yep, release date Japan August 31st. That's fucking stupid. That was a
Yeah.
stupid fucking move.
They definitely had a bigger base in the West and even in like the Aussie area, because like there was a following for it. I've heard it's like a great game. But I haven't played it myself, but
I mean,
like,
hell, that's like another thing why I'm saying Dragon like they're on some good shit. Capcom's re-releasing Dragon's Dogma on the Switch.
on like again on their single player front, they're just and semi multiplayer front, they are kind of killing it. Like the Resident Evil series is picked up so fucking well. Dragon's Dogma, as
Dragon's
you said as well.
Dogma. Fucking DMC5.
Oh yes, 10 years of a wait was worth it.
Expectations exceeded.
And Monster Hunter, despite them capping off the recent update, I actually had a lot of fun coming into, and I really enjoyed. Poor Kai. Poor Kai.
I just wanted my fucking son. Is that so hard? I just wanted my son. I waited.
Who's your son?
Gormagala. In case anybody is coming into the stream or watching the video, later on. There's this dragon in Monster Hunter called Gormagala. This edgy, fucking dragon that has wings that, move like a cape when it's not flying, It creates zombies simply by existing in an area. It has no eyes. It has these dark purple glows with a black xenomorph-like skin. Very edgy looking dragon. But it's literally a baby, and you can argue that it's just going through an edgy phase. And I've grown such an attachment to this dragon that I consider it my son. So, when Iceborne came out, everybody was like, "Oh, dude, they're adding in so many flagships," which, is the cover art monster for whatever Monster Hunter game is coming out. So, basically, all of the other flagships were showing up, and a bunch of people are getting hyped like, "Dude, Gormagala might show up. He's fucking rad. He might do it. All we need is Gormagala and Valstrax, and we got all of the flagships. This is going to be hype." So, first update comes, Rajang, completely unexpected. This big, angry monkey Super Saiyan. So people are getting hyped. Second update, I'm waiting on this stream. I'm waiting for the trailer. Stygian Zinogre, which is a subspecies of a monster that we already have. Very disappointing. Third update, 2 subspecies. Neither are Gormagala. What do you know? Fourth update, Safi Jiva, that's pretty fucking cool. Fucking Elatrion, still pretty cool. Not my son. And then they started teasing a final update, and I was patiently waiting for my son. Nope.
So I'm very unfamiliar with a lot of... Honestly, I'm really unfamiliar with a lot of shit about video games, to tell you the truth. So I currently looked up Gormagala.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks like a thing you would like, Kaiju.
Yeah, it's my son. How fucking dare you? He's my son. I have a plushie of him on my desk at all times.
I've never fucking seen that.
You need to come over more often.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah,
Yes, I did.
fucker.
Also, I found some deviant artwork, and I briefly thought it was
Dude,
you
no.
until I looked at the artist.
Yeah, I was about to say. If it's any
I thought it was
degenerate
you.
shit about my son, I'll kill him.
No, it's not. It's not degenerate. It's cool. That's why I thought it was yours.
Oh,
You
aw.
bastard!
He was trying to give you the rub, but dude.
I'm just trying to lift up my boy, and then you're out here being a douchebag.
Damn right I am. Speaking of cool douchebags. Creator of Guilty Gear, take it away, you two. And I know you two had a lot to talk about him, so go ahead.
Who is you two?
He's
Cross
talking
and
about me
Palm.
and you.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because I know you guys like that guy a lot.
All right, Daisuke Shiwatari.
Yeah.
All right, so this guy, this motherfucker, in case you haven't heard about him, I mean, Cross, you know as well as I do, like, if there was ever a guy to put together all his cool ideas into one fucking thing, it was him.
It was
What
very
he brings the music, he brings the character design. Fuck it, I'm just gonna make the backyard while I'm at it, and it's like, huh?
It's just
All right.
neat that a man would go so far as to include a free video game in his album.
Yeah.
Mick Gordon?
It's like, damn.
I mean, think Mick Gordon, but like.
I don't know who McGordon is.
You don't know Mick Gordon?
No, I don't know McGordon.
He's
He's
the
the
guy.
motherfucking composer of like the recent Doom games.
Oh.
I love this
he
man.
Did, and
Yeah,
he
but
did
he's
Killer
he's
Instinct.
just the composer, right? He doesn't have anything besides the music, right?
Right.
As far as I know, yeah.
As far as no, Daisuke is like the head. Like he's the guy who made the series. He's the guy who does some of the character designs and like does a lot of the story. I don't know if he does all of the story.
He does
So-
a lot.
So
Yeah.
like Daisuke is like this Guilty Gear, which is the series, is Daisuke's fucking child, basically. His little
okay.
brain baby, which is a fighting game composed of 3 essential elements: Daisuke's hard rock music, a bullshit plot that was thought up after the fact, not before. Any events of the plot are thought up to justify things that he wants to put in, not the other way around. And hard and just references, just rock music references.
Soul Bad Guy.
Yeah, the main character's guy's name is Soul Bad Guy. His real name is Frederick something. I don't think they ever gave his last name. So what is it? It's Bad Guy. Freddie Mercury reference because he was Mr. Bad Guy. What's Soul Bad Guy's real name? Frederick. That's a fucking stone toss away from just being Freddie. Freddie Mercury. Fucking.
I can't hear anyone.
Oh no. Disconnect and reconnect.
Oh, what a nerd.
And like on top of it too, it's not his only game he's made, which is like so. How the madman was just like, you know what? I like Guilty Gear, but what if we just made something more anime and just absolutely more convoluted with like time travel is one of the main concepts of it. Let's just spit out Blaze Blue real quick.
Yeah, let's just split out Blaze Blue, which is the best part because this is it is a fucking time travel storyline that's central to the games from a writer who does not really know how to write any coherent stories.
To be fair to their credit, at least when it came to their most recent game, which I believe was Central Fiction. Yeah, Central Fiction. He kind of rewrit the story so that it would make sense in the context of like all of the games leading up to Central Fiction and then adding the story on top of it. Because like when you were going through what was it? You were going through Chrono Phantasma and God, I can't even remember them. Calamity Trigger and what was the middle? Wow, whatever. The storyline just like it develops, but you can clearly tell they were making it up as they go, as he does before. And I think he finally got to the most recent one since it was the main character's send off from the series. They were just like, all right, we're gonna touch it up, we're gonna make it sound good, we're gonna make it look good, and we're gonna tell good old Ragna goodbye.
I'm gonna be honest. The only thing that I know about Blaze Blue is Tao. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, because you're a furry.
Yeah.
I mean, Takaka's really cute.
She's adorable.
She is pretty adorable. You can kill people with her taunt too, and that just
Hello?
it gives me
Okay.
joy.
Oh, I love taunt kills, just in general.
Taunt button.
Uh-oh. Happened to me too.
I mean, TF2. I mean, that's a little
Motherfucking.
That's a little different, but same idea.
Still taunting and killing and shit.
Oh man.
Can't fucking kill people with your dances in Fortnite.
What? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? It makes me want to die.
No, seriously. What are you talking about? I lost connection for a bit there. What the fuck's going on?
We
I
were
was talking about taunt kills.
Yeah.
Taunt kills. Right, fair enough.
I'm gonna go to fucking where you live, Kaiju, just to floss on your lawn.
I'll shoot you with a Nerf gun, and it'll actually
He can
kill
he
you.
can shoot you with a real gun, probably. He's that's that's probably a thing he can do.
Yeah, the castle laws.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or
Fortnite dancing is prohibited. It's like technical
or
assault on the eyes.
or he'll drag you down to Florida, like the state line, toss you into Florida, and then he'll take a step into Florida, and the next thing you hear is him just going, "I feel threatened."
What? I'm just gonna Google what dances aren't in Fortnite.
What
Um,
aren't in Fortnite? Okay.
Who knows, really?
Oh, God.
Some say Fortnite encompasses all.
No.
Horse,
that's just
Historical,
one of
you've
them.
been a little quiet.
Yeah.
What about you, man? Like,
Oh.
when it comes to game developers, like, who comes to mind for you?
Honestly, I'm gonna say it. A lot of indie devs actually,
Indie devs are good.
Yeah.
because some of them are because they fall. They're interesting to me because more famous ones that direct for AAA games, right? Devs that have not devs, just directors that have more clout, I should say. You know, they're usually, from what I can tell, like with the exceptions, they're very professional, very because it's their job. Indie devs aren't like that, which is why I like following them more. It's because they can have some wild ass personalities, and I love it.
I like Suda51.
Yeah.
Or
What?
Swirty.
Yeah.
It's a bit more about
I
the
mean-
passion.
Yeah.
But
I
then
don't
you
know,
end
whatever-
up with some people who are passionate, quote unquote, and you end up with people like Phil Fish.
Damn it! I was
Phil
just about to
Fish!
say. I was just about to say. When I think of good, like respectful game developers, I think of Phil Fish.
Phil fucking Fish.
Who's Phil Fish?
He was the developer of the game Fez.
Okay.
He's Canadian, isn't he?
He's Canadian, and I don't know all of the fucking details, but like I don't know. Apparently, people were like criticizing like Fish's like. Oh, they were criticizing the man himself, and in response, he just said, "Fuck you guys, I'm canceling the sequel."
Well, not only that, there's supposed to be like some secrets still hidden in that game, and he just never decided to tell anyone about them. They're just like, fuck
Right.
it, whatever. If they find them, they find them. If they don't, they don't.
I mean, there's also that one guy who made Filmer was talking to me about this Cube World. It was a game that took like 9 years to develop, or some like long development cycle.
I know exactly what you're leading up to now.
I know the GameCube world, yeah.
We all know him. Come Chalice Kun.
Oh no.
If we
Yeah,
could,
I knew this was coming.
I desperately want to
about him.
avoid talking about him. I desperately want to avoid talking about him because
So do I.
no, you don't. You brought him up.
No, I
was-
was gonna say like he can go off about him, but Matt, if you want to know about Yondev,
Like, guys,
Historical is your boy.
guys.
Yeah.
He released the Osana demo though.
Fuck! Guys,
Why
still
did
have
I
to
make?
fulfill-
Okay, so context. Me, Historical, and two other people made a bet. We made a bet because he said, "Oh, I'm gonna release Osana in August," and we all called bullshit on that for good reason, obviously.
For good reason.
Well, because
he's
he's been saying he's gonna release Osana for
6 years.
Yeah,
6 years.
Years. So the bet was pretty simple. Historical was going to learn how to draw, and I was going to draw something deplorable of one of my characters. That fucker released it on the last day of August.
I hate him.
I hate
It's
him.
like the worst.
That's
luck.
the worst thing he's done. That's the worst thing he's ever done.
No, and the thing is, even right before that, he announced his own delay. He was like, I'm probably not going to be done until like the first week of September. Sorry about that, guys. And everyone was like, okay, it's just Yondev being Yondev. He'll release the update in like, I don't know, 6 more months or a year. And
Yeah.
then
I'm like, oh, we thought we were in the home stretch. I thought it was clear, and then it happens.
they didn't even check. They didn't even know until it was September 2nd or 3rd, and it was like, oh yeah, Yondev put out Osana, and then all of a sudden Kai just like broke out a cold sweat, and he was like, "Wait, what?" I was
When?
like, "When?"
Oh yeah,
And-
and then seeing Oliver's reaction. Oh god.
Well, on the
broke
bright,
mentally.
The worst part is you were probably fucking sleeping for a while.
Me?
You were dead quiet like the entire time we were
No,
pinging
'cause
you
I
and
was
all
at
that.
fucking school. I was at school
Yeah,
learning
you-
about the
You-
U.S.
you were just-
history.
you were just sitting there like, oh wow, colonials. That's so neat.
No, then I
I'm
checked
I'm
my
so
phone.
innocent.
No, and then I check my phone. I check my fucking phone, and I was excused from class for 5 minutes.
For crying.
No, for having a mental fucking breakdown. He's like, damn, historical arts is the subject of colonial slavery really that sad to you? It's like, yes.
Yes.
well,
those
at least
poor
on the
black
bright
people.
side, you get to like learn something positive and like learn how to draw and shit like that.
Yeah, I had to do
Kaiju is
something bad.
fucked.
I had to do
Kaiju
something
is
We're
terrible.
not talking about what you did on this podcast. No.
Okay, we won't talk about it.
refuse.
We won't talk about it.
He fucked.
No.
Just
Shut
like,
up.
Just like one thing that I also don't want to talk about, and I've been holding it back this entire time.
Who?
But I want everybody to hear it, so I better do it now before Cross leaves or anybody else has to leave.
Sure.
Yeah.
Have I ever told? I know I've told Matt. I know I've hinted to the others about this, but have I ever truly told you about how much I despise? No, despise isn't the right word. How much I loathe Randy Bitchford.
Randy Pitchford. Go right ahead if you want to talk about Mr. Should we test our games before we release them, Pitchford?
Okay, so the thing about Randy. Well, one of the things about Randy. When I was a kid, I was a kid at this time, so I didn't really pay attention to game developers or I was basically always going to be hyped for a game trailer. I was always going to be excited for a game whenever it was coming out. This was young me, innocent me. I didn't know about the money predation of some companies, and I was watching E3. Aliens, colonial marines. Wow, this looks so cool. Wow, that's going to be some cool ass lighting. Wow, they're so intelligent. So intelligent AI. This is going to be scary and cool as shit. Innocent me. Innocent old me. And Randy Pitchford kept saying all these fucking things about how good the AI was, how good the lighting was going to be, how amazing the story was, because he's a big fan of aliens. And then I got the fucking game.
Okay, though, but what did you get it on? Did you get it on PC?
I got it on PlayStation.
RIP, because you can fix it on PC. There's
Yeah.
just you don't even have to download a mod. You just have to go to a fucking.
Yeah, it's just like
You
one
just
line
have to
of
go
code.
to a text.
One
Yeah,
line
you
of
just go
code.
to a text file and turn. I think you turn one thing to true, and all of a sudden the AI works.
All of a sudden, but I couldn't do that on my PlayStation 3. And I experienced something horrid. I experienced broken AI, choppy graphics, something that tried to retcon the fucking story of the main films. And you want to know the worst part? The worst
What?
fucking part?
What?
Randy. You fucker. You slimy fucking bag of a human. You act like a fucking victim whenever anybody brings it up. He's just, he throws shade at, commentators or, interviewers who question him about this, who questioned him about all these things. And he always plays the fucking victim like, oh, everything was fine. When I was checking, I didn't know anything was going to be bad. And you want to know the worst part? Sega accused this fucker, with good evidence, by the way, of him taking the money to put into a shitty fucking IP known as Borderlands. And yes, I'm calling it shitty. Because it's
Borderlands
made by him.
What is Borderlands? What?
Borderlands
3?
Borderlands 2.
Borderlands 2? I like Borderlands.
It's fun. I'll admit this. I played it. It's fun.
Borderlands 3 has massive problems.
Yeah, I haven't gotten into Borderlands 3. We'll get to that cookie when we get there.
Okay, all right, keep going though.
So, he takes all the money that he was given to make this fucking game, and he throws it into his IP, because that's what matters, right? Because
Which IP is that?
Borderlands.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean for Colonial Marines? He took the money from Colonial Marines.
Yeah, he took the money from
Oh.
that. Oh, and, he has a habit of taking money that doesn't belong to him. We'll get into that, too. But, he does that. Borderlands 2 comes out. Comes out on stage, and he's like, I very much appreciate comedy. All this other shit. All these clips that you can pull from the Borderlands series that are clearly just like, dank memes, get it, our character is saying memes, isn't that so fucking funny? And then he says something on stage too in the same sentence, like, come on, I own the Duke Nukem franchise, like, the franchise that you helped murder, you fucker, that the one that you keep buried because, no one would want a Duke Nukem game. Doom and Shadow Warrior making good games now after years of being dead? No. Duke Nukem? No. I'll keep that. I'll keep that in my cold, dead hands until the day I die, because Duke won't get freedom. Oh, and speaking of freedom, how about his employees? How about his developers who were promised, bonus pay, since Borderlands 3, made so much money. They were promised bonuses. Something that they, probably needed, because, who knows, they were probably crunched. Probably. It's game development. But,
They were definitely crunched 100%. It's not even a probably.
What does Randy
I never
do?
received it.
What does Randy do? He's just, you probably won't get your bonuses like I said. So, and there's already evidence that he's been pocketing money in the past, like that one time he had a flash
I think
drive.
my favorite thing is that when people bring it up to him, he goes, "No, that's actually a rumor. I never promised bonuses ever." And it's like, but we have video evidence of you saying that.
We have video evidence, Randy. And he's just like, no, you guys are just attacking me. This is slander. I did not say this. You guys are taking stuff out of context. Like when he said, "Oh, there will be no microtransactions in Borderlands 3."
Can I just say?
Go ahead.
He sounds like a worse young dev.
He's a yandere dev that has money.
I mean, yandere dev has money.
He's a yandere dev that's successful.
But yes, he's a yandere dev that got into a position of power.
As you can tell, I deplore this man.
I mean, as far as I remember, there's no microtransactions in Borderlands 3.
There's still stuff for like customization. All that, same stuff from Borderlands 2. And if he had specified that, it wouldn't be a problem. But it's the fact that he said there'll be no microtransactions.
Wait, I'm confused. What can you, besides DLC? I don't recall ever having to pay for anything else.
I thought that they did have stuff for customization, like cosmetic stuff.
Maybe? I don't recall. I don't really give a shit about customization, I guess.
Okay. Well, if that comes out and that's incorrect, and that's on me.
Maybe I'll have to double check that myself.
But remember, we live in an age where we buy extra colors and find extra things, or have to buy the extra things instead of just like getting them in game for doing hard shit.
Yeah. Which is something that Randy probably likes, because more money for him and his weird flash drives full of magician girls. Fun fact: do you want to hear a quote from him?
Sure.
Because people discovered this flash drive, and there was a rumor circulating that it had child porn on it. Obviously, pretty big accusation, but it turned out that wasn't the case. So crisis averted. But he was still carrying a flash drive with porn on it, which is slightly odd.
Weird.
Slightly odd. Yeah, it's kind of
work?
weird. But quote unquote.
Definitely.
He
Not
explained
well,
why.
sort of at work, because he just carried around with him all the time.
Yeah, he just.
Oh
carried
yeah,
it
you
around
never
with
know
him.
when you're gonna break into your magical girl stash, right?
Yeah, but quote unquote, this is a quote by him. So, I'm not twisting anything. Quote unquote, it's a woman who is masturbating, and when she has some experience that appears as if she's having an orgasm, a huge amount of fluid comes out of her vagina. This is not a sex worker, this is a fucking magician. That was his quote.
What?
Are we gonna get banned?
I don't.
This is how we get banned from Twitch. Thanks,
If this is how I get banned, fuck it.
I don't think you can. I don't think we should be able to get banned for quoting Randy Pitchford.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
quoting Randy Pitchford.
All right.
You'd be banned for misquoting Randy Pitchford, so
Yeah,
I hope it was accurate.
Yeah, I didn't mistranslate his words at all. So Anyway,
Okay. Anyways, he's a bad dude.
I'll end it here.
He should pay his employees.
Fuck him.
Right.
He's the
With
Doug
another
Walker
critic.
of game developers.
No!
Whoa!
He's not nostalgia critic.
I can't wait for you know that meme that's been circulating around where it's just oh no anyway that's you're gonna get a news article tomorrow that's just gonna be Randy Pitchford dies in car accident and you'll be like oh no
No.
anyway.
Yeah.
I'll
Kai's
pull out
gonna- no,
I'll
Kai's
pull out a
gonna-
bottle of champagne. Are you kidding me?
No,
Wow.
Kai, what I'm gonna hear is Kai's gonna be like, yeah, he's pants. No, he's not gonna shit his pants. He's literally gonna be like shaking his arms up and down. He's like a happy boy.
Yeah, like Kaiju's gonna call me the day that happens. He's just gonna be like, Matthew, I've never been happier in my whole entire life.
Duke is free.
Duke is free!
He like, what would you do if he actually died tomorrow?
I'd buy Duke Nukem.
Like the IP or the game.
Yes, I'm buying the IP and I'm gonna go find a developer who I can trust.
He'll be like I want you to make a new Duke Nukem I own the IP and then they'll be like okay but why though and like
Because he
Because we
deserves
can't.
it. He deserves it, damn it.
He goes to EA. He's like, listen, yeah, if you sell your soul to the devil, we'll develop your game.
I need
Not
this.
EA. No.
Come on, Shadow Warrior got a good remake here. Are you telling me Duke can't?
Oh, but
I was gonna say maybe because the whole premise of Duke was a lot of it was that sort of like 80s like weird sort of like hyper action stuff that like nowadays it's a bit more frowned upon. They have a guy going around slapping titties and shit, but
yeah,
That was
wasn't
something
the
he
whole
added.
point
That
of
was
it.
something Randy added, by the way.
yeah, that was something Randy added. No. But I mean like the whole more like bursting into strip clubs in the middle of a fight in the middle of a fucking level and shit. But Shadow Warrior had a shit ton of racial stereotypes in it.
Very
So
racist. Are you kidding me?
yeah, so I feel like if when they rebooted Shadow Warrior, they made that a shit ton less racist. So there's a chance for Duke.
Yeah. I hope that's all I hope for. Anyway, you guys can take it away. I'll shut up.
I was going to say one thing about a game dev who I'm not a fan of his games, but I only have the utmost respect for the game creator. Well, he created a bunch of indie games, and I know I'm just gonna sound like do you know who this guy is type guy, but
Just fucking say it, dude.
Scott Coffin, the guy who created the FNAF series,
The what
chat-
series?
the FNAF series, Scott Coffin.
Oh, Scotty Boy, the guy who launched that one YouTuber's career.
Yeah, not only
Yeah,
that,
Markiplier.
No, Markiplier already had a career
Dare
before
you.
that. It's like, how dare you?
How dare you?
Markiplier already
Actually,
had a career before that.
to be completely honest, the Five Nights games was what made me go from liking to loving Markiplier.
That's fair.
Fair. But nice meme. I was gonna say one thing about Scott is that not only does he actually respect his own fans, which the reputation the Five Nights at Freddy's series got. I thought he was gonna say, "I'm not a fan of my fans," right?
You should have.
Because he should have, but instead he comes down and takes care of them. Not only that, but if apparently he did launch a new program that says, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna help fund. Oh yeah, you just gotta email me if you're making a Five Nights at Freddy's game, and I'll give you a small loan that you don't have to pay me back, just so you can upstart your own game, just so you get enough funds to get your own game up and running."
What an amazing man.
That's neat.
What a good man.
Legitimately.
I'm not like the biggest fan of the Five Nights at Freddy's series. I played the first game. It's not my cup of tea, right?
I'm not either, but I can't like that doesn't mean I have any less respect for for a creator that like isn't an asshole and actually further like tries to develop their works.
I will say-
Oh, go ahead.
I will say, as this one YouTuber I like, called Jordan Underneath. He's not a thing anymore, but like
No, well, he is still a thing, but he's rebranded himself like twice over the last few years.
He's rebranded himself more as an artist, and he doesn't show his face anymore. Rest in peace, Jordan Underneath. But something he said that I super agree with is like, this is a $5 horror game on Steam. It's not supposed to be the greatest thing in the world.
No, God, no.
But I have a lot of like love for the first game and the second one. The second one's my personal favorite.
Yeah.
The second one's so fucking hard, but it's so good.
Right?
I still feel like I'm gonna defend 3 for a second. I think 3 was really good. I think 3 was pretty good.
That's fine. But I was gonna say, you can have any opinion you want on Scott Cawthon's games, because I know some people just don't like them at all.
Which is fair.
It's fair.
What can you fucking do?
Yeah, but the fact that he has something scary. So I actually spoke to a person who didn't like them, and he told me that he doesn't hate the game creator. He just thinks that
They're not fun.
The games they're not fun and they're boring and repetitive, which is a fair criticism, right? They can if you just get stuck. However, and they're not very long games. However, I will say this: the fact the guy goes out of his way to actually fund and take care of the community he's basically cultivated and give back to the community, like literally give money back to the community so they can help keep make fan games. To me, that's just commendable.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think something I will say, like, honestly, kind of my favorite part about Scott Cawthon is that he, clearly he's like putting himself in his games. He's like making sure they're decent, all at the same time while raising like a family too. And that's like kind of small, but I love that.
He's just a fucking man.
He is a fucking Chad through and through.
Yeah, you want to know? I saw this criticism a lot for the guy early on, that he was just in it for the money, clearly, because he kept churning out the games and all that. But
yeah, I wouldn't argue. I wouldn't say that.
He makes a lot of money, and he's successful. Why wouldn't he keep doing it? But I saw that he's clearly not all about the money when he was willing to give so much away to charity at one moment, like a lot of fucking money.
Also, the fact that he like made one of his games that like wasn't as like well received, he just made it free.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, I tried to fix it, and I'll make it free too.
It's like
the guy doesn't. He doesn't. He does want money.
Of course, because it's a company and like it's an IP and everything.
Who the fuck doesn't want money?
Yeah, exactly.
But he gives back.
He made so much money off of it that he's given back to it. Mm-hmm. He doesn't. At this, and the fact that he's the exact opposite of Randy Pitchford, or Bitchford, as Kai puts it.
Oh fuck!
The opposite of Yondev.
He's the exact opposite. It's like the spectrum. Scott on one end and fucking Randy on the other.
No. It's Yandere Dev on one end and Scott on the other, because Yandere Dev isn't really successful.
Oh,
Scott is.
You can kiss it. Listen, the reason why is because Scott actually,
does the game.
He has a goal and he achieves it, and then he adds more to the next based on the foundations of the old one, which is how you actually. I'm gonna play fucking Yandev's retarded work ethic for a moment. I thought cross left.
No, I'm not.
Yandev. Oops, okay.
Oh no.
But Yandev's work ethic is the way he builds his games. I'm gonna complain about this for a moment. He doesn't have any idea how being a game dev works, or how doing anything works for that matter. Because spaghetti code is one thing, right?
Right.
It's absolutely spaghetti code. It's not just the spaghetti code, it's also the fact that in most game development cycles, like you'll see game developers talk about this a lot when design a video game. It's rule 1. You design the most basic elements of the game first, and then after you develop that, you build on top of that. For example, I do remember reading somewhere. Let's say you're developing a Yakuza game, right? Literally, the first thing you have to make sure that happens is Kiryu can walk, he can run, and he can move in all directions, right? That's
And
the
he
only
punch.
thing you have to make. What?
And he
Yeah,
punch.
and he punches. That's all you need to focus on before you develop, all the other karaoke shit, right?
I swear to God.
Kai's mad.
Who's mad?
Who's mad, man? But Yandev got that in reverse, and it made me mad. Basically, he said, "All right, I'm going to include the most basic elements of the game first, but before I add in the most basic fucking element to the game, which is eliminating
Stealth.
the rival,
Yeah.
stealth from the rival. I'm going to add in fucking all this persona shit that doesn't need to be added to the fucking game."
He's way too fucking ambitious.
Yeah, he's not even necessarily ambitious per se. It's not even necessarily too ambitious. He just doesn't have, as he's mentioned, things in the right order. So he's added a whole bunch of shit. He's like added like torture stuff to like get information or to set people up or like he's tried to implement all these different mechanics and all these different things and all these different clubs and these bonuses and shit before even having an actual test environment. Because without Osana, without a rival, there is no test environment to actually test any of these mechanics and how they actually work within the gameplay. He doesn't, technically speaking, until Osana released, he didn't even have an alpha. Because
alpha development.
now we can begin alpha development because now he actually has a test environment to test all these mechanics that he's been inserting over. Because before he didn't have a test environment because there wasn't anything to test because you can't test it on Osana because Osana didn't exist.
One thing that
Go ahead.
you go. Okay. One thing that I'm kind of stealing from a YouTuber, Kappa Kaiju, and it's like a really good point, is he's trying to like blend Hitman with Persona, and why that doesn't work is that you can't have characters that are like so fleshed out and they have their own characters while also being disposable.
Listen, okay, I'm gonna say this because I've actually played through the Hitman. I thoroughly enjoyed playing through the Hitman, and I'm planning on getting Persona soon, right?
What were you trying to say though?
Oh yeah, but I was gonna say that in the Hitman game, some level of character development for the people you're set to kill, but that's solely there to make them look as fucking scummy, as shitty and scummy as humanly possible. So when you strangle the fucking life out of them, right, it feels rewarding. Like one of the guys you kill in one of the Hitman remake, he's literally a guy who walks up to you and he's like, and you hear him how he mistreats his fucking employees, or how or there's this one chick who talks about how much fucking money she's gonna be making by betraying the fucking government, right? And scamming the people out of all this money. So when you kill them, it feels rewarding.
Right.
Why are you gonna? In Yandev's case, what's happening is he has this character, right? He's these characters who you're like actual trying to be fleshed out, right? However, you're supposed to feel bad for killing them, which doesn't make any sense because it doesn't fit the Hitman aesthetic at all.
If you don't mind me saying this, just like an actual differing opinion from your critique, if that's okay.
That's fine. I'm fine.
If the game was actually good and the yandere and it was actually a yandere, it would make sense to make the characters that you're killing likable because it would heighten the idea that you're not playing a good person in this, you're playing the bad guy, which would make more sense. It would make more sense to make the things that you're killing likable in some way because that at least matches with the theme of the game at minimum.
But the issue is that Hitman specifically sets them up to be as disposable as humanly possible, and it makes you feel good about disposing.
Yeah, that's Hitman.
Yeah, and here's the issue with Persona. Persona makes it so that you love to see the side characters and how they interact. Because Persona and Hitman, the way they prescribe characters is almost at entirely different ends of the spectrum, and trying to combine the two is an impossibility.
I mean, they're completely different games if you want to be technical, and combining the
are.
two in general is not a good idea.
The only thing I have for that kind
Cross?
You cut out.
He died.
Yeah, see, the thing is, Kaiju, we're not going to kick you out for having a differing opinion. We're not Yondev.
You're not
Yeah,
Randy.
we're
You're
not
not
young.
Randy Pitchford.
Yeah, but God.
No! I just want my bonus. No.
No, you don't get a bonus. The only bonus you get is more unpaid overtime.
You want
Borderlands DLC, bitch?
You want money, don't you, motherfucker?
Please, I just want to feed my kids.
You like your kids, huh? We're gonna eat them for dinner.
Did you
We're
guys-
here at 9 p.m. every night, working our asses off.
What's
You-
that? Children? You're the child here!
Did you guys hear me or
No,
like?
you cut out.
No,
you cut out.
You cut out.
I'm not gonna restart that whole thing.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, man.
It's not your fault. It's the fucking
Internet.
Blame Randy. He did it.
goddamn you, Randy.
But
Fuck you,
oh
Randy.
God,
Randy
it's just,
Savage.
oh God. Every time I hear shitty game dev, I'm always drawn to be fair to completely fair to people who say Yondev's a shitty game dev. It's because he's basically the case example of what not to do.
Which is do nothing and just hog off of the money.
I think it's
He did
intentional.
do something. He
Ironically,
did try and do something. It's just that everything he did it either really shittily or he just half-assed it.
I don't even. Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's half-assed it for
distracted.
so long and done so little with it for so very long that I don't even know if I can really say he tried to do it.
I'm gonna say this. He did. I did read one. I did decide to sit through one of his fucking, the shit he spews out. And what he put in was this, which was that, you see all this stupid shit I put into my game. Oh, that's what I want for my vision of the final game. It's like, but finish the test environment first, then put in the shit, so you can make sure it works.
I mean, again, it's a test environment is the thing. Why does he need such detailed assets and assets that are so detailed that stay rendered all of the time in the game? And that's something that's like an actual pointable issue about it. Every asset
Well, I mean, yeah,
stays
he has bad
visible.
culling.
Yeah, but like every asset is like fully rendered in, and with how many actual, I know Cross will probably understand it a bit more than me, but just like the basis, there's like this area in the game. It's like this garden area with a lot of bamboo.
Mhm.
You look at the polygon count, shit ton of polygons for this bamboo, right? And they stay rendered in no matter where you are in the school. Even if you are as far away as possible, they will stay completely rendered in.
Well, yeah, that's just wasting GPU resources. That's just wasting. Well, not even GPU resources. It's just wasting all resources of your computer.
How do you
Because
miss
it's
that? How do you miss that is the thing.
It's not testing properly, I would assume.
You can make
Well,
You can make it for free.
Kai, the thing is, it's because each part of the school isn't cut up into pieces. It's rendered all at once.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like one giant piece, so there's no loading in between things. You're just going from section to section,
But that doesn't.
section to
Yeah, but-
section.
Yeah, but that's that
But
most
what-
open
what-
world games still function like that, where it's just one thing. That's rendering things in. There's still technology already for that to render
Well,
things.
yeah,
within
it's called
perspective.
culling. It's called culling. And what
Yeah.
I'm saying is when it's out of the camera view, what he does wrong is he doesn't utilize that to actually save computer resources that are involved. Like, that's the actual problem with a lot of his programming. He just wants to render everything at all times, and not a lot of people's computers can actually handle that, especially when there's how many people all in the at
You know
once?
what Yandev himself
Exactly.
said about that? You know what he said about that? I did find what he said.
What?
There's no problems. It's just there's no problem with the frame rate in Yandere Simulator. It's just you have shitty computers. Like, wow.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
There is
There
no
is no-
war in Ba Sing Se. There is
War is
no
the-
war in Ba Sing Se.
You do
Fucking-
not
There are no
recognize the
issues with
bodies in the
Yandere
water.
Simulator.
I do not recognize the
Recognize
bodies.
the bodies in the war.
Yeah, no. So like this is like basic practice. You have to do this. It's not even just like, oh, you guys have shitty computers. There's no point in taxing people's softwares like this, because it's not even just gonna make like, oh, your computer's gonna run like shit or whatever, or if you have a shitty computer. It's going to make everything else run terribly. And I assume the reason he doesn't want to bother implementing something like this is because that makes doing things in the game harder. Like if it's not all rendered 100% of the time, he's gonna have to think about how to handle some of these things.
But people have actually taught this basic stuff before. You know, I'm not. I've never made a game. We'll say that I have that. Premise. I've never made a game, but I have seen videos of people showing how to do this, and in comparison to what he's doing, it feels like he's made more effort for himself when you could have just done this.
Well, yes, that's ultimately what it comes down to in a lot of the cases, is you end up doing things that you think that are gonna seem easier in the short term, where it's like, oh well, I just won't do this, or I'll do this because I know how to do it. And even though it ends up being more work more of the time in the end, and for no effect or for detrimental, because you already know how to do it, it feels easier because you don't have to go out and learn how to implement something new.
That's an effect. That is an effect.
So he's right. He has fucked himself up completely. Like, honestly, the best thing for him to do at this point to save his computer, to save that game's code, is to start from scratch. And that's not even a joke. At this point, he should probably start from scratch.
He has
He
that.
actually
He
did
has that
acknowledge
excuse.
this.
He has that excuse with an alpha, but he won't. I guarantee it.
I mean, he only just got an alpha.
He just said. He actually said this on his FAQ. Right, not his FAQ. His rebuttals page on his. It's a fucking massive rebuttals page, and I would love to sit down with you guys one day and just discuss.
Right.
this.
Yeah. I think I know what you're gonna bring up.
Where he said that I was stressed out, and I was, I was just told I had to do the game as fast as possible. But now I'm too far into development, and I can't change the game's code.
Oh, I thought he was, because I've heard him say the excuse that all of the code and everything in the game is not representative of the final product, and that he will rework the whole thing or redo the whole thing or whatever once the final product is coming out.
That's what he said before, but I don't.
So
trust
so
that.
now I'm confused as to why now he's saying he can't change it, but before he was saying.
Oh, it's because he's a flip-flopping liar. Who would have guessed?
Speaking of flip-flopping liars and bad devs who are also indie, just to move on from the topic, because we've been on it for a little bit.
Dev.
I can actually point to a dev who has somewhat of the opposite problem of Yandere dev, but it's
What
just
is
as
it?
bad in some way.
What is it?
Dondi.
Oh, Dondi.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is.
Historical knows who this guy is. I know who this guy is, so
Okay.
I'll give an
Okay,
explanation.
so
I'll give an
I'm
Who
explanation.
this man?
So, he's the creator of this dinosaur game called The Isle. An open world,
Oh, okay.
ecosystem simulator. And, trailer of the game, the basic premise of the game, it promises a lot of things. It promises humans and dinosaurs. It promises both of these things. It promises different mutated strains for the dinosaurs, and it shows off a Dark Souls-like story where it's not directly told to you, and you have to find it. Which, four things, very simple, and you could probably get this done, and that sounds like a pretty fun game to me. I like it. I bought the game, so this guy has my money. So fuck this guy especially. But he's only ever gotten to the point of adding the dinosaurs. Only ever gotten to the most basic point of the game, which is the exact opposite of Yandere Dev, who didn't add the most basic part of the game for a while. And when you look at the history of the Isle, it almost feels like he's either cut corners or he keeps conveniently hitting into roadblocks or like walls that stop them from getting to the point where they need to be. And
However,
go ahead.
I was going to say the one thing I can give Dondi credit over Yandev, besides the fact that he can actually run his game.
Yeah,
without your
you can
computer
run the
exploding.
aisle. I can run the aisle. It's surprisingly well optimized last time I checked. But then again, the new rework came out, so that
He
might change
also
things.
has a team.
Yeah, he has a team, but from what I hear, his team, either leaves because of him, because he actually screwed over another dev team, Primal Carnage. He lied about his
Oh.
credentials. He lied about his credentials for this, by the way. And he basically sabotaged this game's development. A new Primal Carnage game. He sabotaged it.
Oof.
And he's admitted to wanting to do this to other devs that might be competition to him, which is
Oof.
incredibly scummy. No shit. So this gives you already that alone gives you a basic idea on this guy's character. And again, the fact that they haven't added one of the two most basic things is odd to me. Like for a while, the biggest thing that they added was smell. Smell was one of the biggest things that they added for a while. What the fuck?
I did talk about this to Sickle at one point, but he did tell me that Dondi was the fact that he could add in the basic elements unlike Yandev who would do the opposite. Dondi would also well, they're kind of just shitty. Does the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna mention this about his development team because the fact that he mistreats them.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that he does actually mistreat his dev team. Is the thing. Like it's very much a cult of personalities like situation.
He also has at multiple times straight up just what is it?
Insulted people.
Yeah.
Been incredibly rude and unprofessional to other people.
I did have something in my mind, but then you cut me off there.
Well, I just sorry.
It's fine. It just God, there's one thing about him, if I do, is that he straight up would. Oh yeah, it's that he didn't have any idea, right, of how he should. He did mention about adding humans, right, which I wanted to play as Big Funny. He would always say something stupid about humans be added this that. And he straight up just makes a new fucking version because I guess he's just too lazy to add them.
It wasn't. The excuse that he gave wasn't like, and it was an understandable excuse at the time. The original build of the game was basically broken, and they couldn't really work on it that much anymore. But instead, they gave us a more bare bones thing that we have to play with now because we can't go back to the old version. And not only does it offer less, but it's somehow more glitchy. It's somehow harder to work with, and it has far less than what the original one had. And they promised that this one would be better in like most other ways, which is odd to say the least.
And here's the thing about Donde is that besides fucking fundamentally lazy, is that I played the Isle with you, Kai.
Yeah, we all played it. Well,
except
me
for
and you.
Me and you, yeah. Not Palm, Cross, and Matt haven't played it, which is sad.
Tell you the truth, the first time I've heard about this game is right now.
You're welcome.
Yeah, me too.
Wait, no. I've told you about the Isle, Palm. How dare you?
Yeah, you told me about the developer. You've told me more about the developer than you've told me the game. Okay, no, that's about a good 50-50, actually, now I think about it.
Oh, yeah. He also would do something that I personally find a little is underpaid an artist for cover art for his game.
Oh, yeah, RJ Palmer. And if you don't know who RJ Palmer is, professional, artist. Like,
any relation to R Palm?
Hang on. Sorry.
Rest in peace.
Sorry.
Kai's been attacked.
Kai
No,
died.
I wasn't attacked, but as I was about to say, RJ Palmer is a professional artist. You know, they've worked on the Pokemon Detective Pikachu movie. You know, they're
Sick.
a
Okay.
professional. And he got commissioned by Dondi to do a big art promotion piece that he would use as advertising. And, you know, RJ Palmer, very upfront, he demands a lot of money. You know, a lot of money for his work, and it shows. It's pretty good. Dondi wanted to talk him down a lot for this, right? You know, it was like, oh yeah, instead, can I just give you like 1,000 instead of 3,000? Or you know, I don't know I don't know the exact pricing. So that's why I was just saying that. But it was a noticeable decrease that he was trying to talk RJ down with. And RJ was like, no, this is my work. I've already got this done. I need the money that I asked for. He got it, thankfully. But Dondi, like a year later, donates like $10,000 to a streamer to get his name said.
What?
Not even kidding.
What
And he's
the
admitted to this.
fuck?
He's admitted to this. So
What the fuck?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. What the fuck?
Oh,
Pay
did
your
I tell you the
fucking
part?
artists.
Did you tell him the part where he, after doing that, he would proceed to become a fucking simp?
Yeah.
Oh lord.
Yeah, he donated thousands of dollars to female Twitch streamers. Immediately, like a few years later, which is like, bro, if you're not gonna pay your fucking artists,
You shouldn't be
Don't-
paying streamers thousands of dollars if you're not gonna be willing to pay the same thing for
They wanted-
fuckers who are like. Okay, now I'm fucking mad.
Oh, by the way, if you want
Yeah.
to donate to the podcast, go right ahead. I demand thousands of dollars right now.
Give me
Ugh.
$1,000,
And before you
and
ask,
I will butcher your name on stream.
no, I will not split the share with any of the people here. It's all going to
fuck
me
you.
and my
Fuck you.
and my crippling addiction to cosmic brownies from Safeway.
That's not where I thought that was going.
I thought that was going to somewhere else.
Give me $2,000 and I'll snort a speedball while saying your name on stream.
Okay.
Give me $5,000 and I will draw your name in excrement on my wall and leave it up and off for the entire stream.
I've probably gotta go. My internet's crashing me constantly.
That's fine.
I understand.
All right.
You stayed for a while.
We love you.
Love you, Cross.
Bye.
Cross.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, now that he's gone.
Now that he's gone.
Yeah, that he's
Well,
gone. Let's
Liz
talk
is
about
gone.
some
Let's talk
hate.
about something positive.
Oh yeah, THQ.
Oh, is
Okay,
this
so
gonna be the transition? What I think it is, Kai?
I know they were going to talk about wrestling games.
Like,
Okay.
You guys talk about wrestling games. Go ahead now. Like last time.
I'll just say, wrestling games are not the best games ever by any fucking stretch of
How
the
fucking dare
imagination.
you? They give me more entertainment than some of these games that we've talked about.
I fucking love them, but I'm willing to admit they're not the best.
Hey, Venom may not have been one of the best movies, but damn if it wasn't entertaining.
Like,
I
wrestling games in general, like, oh my god, some of them are just like hot trash fires. Don't get me wrong. 2K20 is a good example. I've had, I will admit my guilty pleasure is like just picking up a lot of the 2K wrestling games, just like giving them a go, just to see what kooky ass story they throw in. And also, I like Create a Wrestler. It's like one of my favorite parts about any wrestling game.
Here I go, making
But,
myself
like-
again.
Every fucking year.
have,
Oh, go ahead.
I have sunk so many hours in 2K19 because I kind of refuse to buy 2K20 just because, like, what's the fucking point?
Yeah, I'm still kind of waiting to get 2K19 so I can get your characters. gonna lie.
Honestly, fucking get 2K19. I'll give you my characters and you can stream.
Yeah, and then I'll make Palm, and I'll make sure I get it digitally too, so Palm can download it.
Make historical too while we're at it.
Yeah, I'll make
Oh,
historical
fuck.
too. I'll make him.
Make
look
your
like,
icon.
No, I won't. I won't make. No, yeah. You know what? I'll make Princess Anastasia too.
From Fate Epic.
Yeah, and I'll make Astolfo because he's a cutie.
Yes, make Fate characters, put them in.
And then we'll play those wonderful games. God, I miss you, old wrestling games.
Well, I mean, if we're making our fucking anime characters, you gotta include my goddamn wife in there.
Oh yeah. How do you have 56 views?
Oh wait, let me check really quick. I have 84 views now.
How do you have 84 views for something that quick?
I don't know how I have 84 views.
It must be the fandom for that anime.
I mean, I only said the title in the fucking. Okay, so here's a bit of context. So I made a quick video. It took me like 10 minutes to make. Simply titled "My Wife," where I just show like a quick flash of my folder that features like I want to say about 35 pictures of Sayaka Kanamori from Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken. And that's the whole joke, is just that I have a whole bunch of pictures on him. And this dumbass video, despite not even being a whole day old, has 85 views now. And this video got me 6 subscribers.
I'm pissed. You better link me, since you're becoming famous.
You should just fucking overlay the stream with it really quick and just play it.
Oh, wait. I gotta figure out how to do that. Okay, God, wait, no. God, this is so difficult. Oh, no.
Hey Kai, I have something you'll like.
What do I pick? Do I pick media source?
I think yeah, wait, hang on.
I think that implies that I have to download it, though.
Yes, I love this.
Kai, look at it.
Oh, yeah! It's a Beastars meme for context. But we should stay on topic. We gotta stay on topic.
We should stay on topic.
You should stay on topic. I was gonna ask.
Be right back.
Oh,
Oh,
well, go ahead.
You can do browser.
Okay, browser.
what?
Oh, fuck. God, this is so difficult. I am so sorry. This is a very unorganized stream, I've noticed. I'm so sorry. I would say this is one of our worst ones, but, like, I know it's not.
The ones with me. It's the ones with me that are the shitty ones. Well, not shitty ones, the crazy ones.
I mean, debatable. Okay, there we go. Just gonna do this.
Just a quick ass detour.
Yeah. Here it is.
Hey, Matthew, what's this folder you have here called My Wife? What? No, don't look at that. Don't look at that, please. Don't look at that. Stop.
And that's it. That's all there is.
You better delete that source before it starts playing random videos I have saved on my phone, part 1.
Yeah, I don't want that. I'm trying to think of like other stuff though, considering like THQ, because that just reminds me. That reminds me of like the very classic days when EA didn't murder all these fucking things.
THQ actually made like the fucking SpongeBob games. They made Battle for.
They did.
They made Battle for Bikini Bottom, which I will admit right now I have never played, but
I played the
they
movie.
They played the movie. They made the movie game, which is like a fucking amazing video game.
Yeah, it's still really good.
I'm gonna say this. I still love the Battle for Bikini Bottom and the movie.
I'm just happy that the devs actually cared about it enough to remake it.
It's good. It's fucking great.
Yeah, I mean, when devs show that they care like that, that makes me happy.
That's of course.
Yeah. And there's only like a few devs that I can think of, like off the top of my head, that truly consistently are still like that nowadays. Obviously, Palm isn't here, so I'm going to avoid talking about him too much because I don't want to be the only one talking about him, and I don't want to butcher his name too bad, but Toshihiro Nagoshi, he's the creator of Yakuza. And if you know me, I really like Yakuza as a series, and the guys and that game series and that guy have always shown such a care for that game. Like, the fans will always enjoy it, almost always. I've noticed.
My favorite thing about the creator of Yakuza is his fucking transition from when he started developing Super Monkey Ball to where he is now.
Yeah, he went from developing Super Monkey Ball to a game about an organized crime organization. Wow.
An organized crime organization.
Yeah, an organized crime organization that is very organized.
Can I say something, by the way?
Go ahead.
One series that I wish the devs would come back to, but I know for a fact is never coming back.
Other than Darkstalkers?
No. Ever heard of the game series Red Alert?
Ah, yes, the one that EA, funnily enough, EA shot.
Oh wow, what a surprise.
They shot it in the foot.
They shot it through a fucking door.
Yeah. And I'm mad because here's the thing. I liked the fucking... It was produced by, like, Edward Alexander Del Castillo, I think his name was one of the producers. Made by Virgin Interactive.
Yeah, Virgin.
Right? Which shut down. But here's the thing about that game, right? The series. It was fucking mentally insane because alright, get this. Stalin traveled Albert Einstein travels back in fucking time and kills Adolf Hitler. But
What?
That's how the game that's how the first game starts. Albert Einstein travels back in time and kills Hitler. But
What?
Yeah, I'm serious. That's how the game starts. This is the first Red Alert.
And that...
it gets even better. It gets even better because I need to talk about this. After he fucking kills Adolf Hitler, the Nazis don't rise up because Adolf Hitler is fucking dead. And can you guess what happens next?
The communists rise up.
Yeah, the Soviet Union with advanced technology, may I remind you, like hyper advanced technology, invade all of Europe, sparking World War II. And now you have fucking the United States of America, Germany, Italy, France, and the UK versus Stalin and his advanced Soviet army.
Oh my god.
It's a very weird strategy game.
It gets better because here's the thing: there's two campaigns, the American one or the Allied one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, there is a canon ending.
The Allied one.
Because the Allied one is the canon ending for the first game, right? Basically, what happens is that the Allies beat back the Soviet Union. You know, they invade it back, and then Stalin's driven back, and Stalin fucking dies. Well, I think what happens is Stalin is literally crushed under a pile of rubble.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And in the Soviet, both campaigns, he died. Even if he plays this in the Soviet one.
Jesus.
Because a character from another game series literally slaughters him and...
You kind of died there for a second.
I know, but what happens is that he comes in both... It's so weird, Red Alert. But then you get Red Alert 2, which... I'm talking about Red Alert now, which is a game series I enjoy, right? We're talking about game dev, so this is a game dev that I love because the guys who made Red Alert.
Yeah, but now they're dead.
Now they're dead, which is because EA fucking slaughtered them.
I mean,
Thanks, EA.
You want to know what dev I wanted to stay alive, but EA slaughtered?
What?
Creators of Dead Space.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Dead Space, if you don't mind me going. If you don't.
I was gonna talk about Red Alert 2 and 3 though.
I'll let you finish then.
Okay, but here's the thing, Matt.
Yeah.
In Red Alert 2, what happens is, right? The Allied powers put the Romanov, because
Romanovs?
Romanov doesn't want to care what you say, right?
Yeah.
All right.
They put that guy in charge of the Soviet, and they're like, oh yeah, he's gonna be fine, right? He's helpful to the world. and then the president of the United States gets a call like, wait, what the fuck? Why are Soviet soldiers invading through fucking Mexico?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
they invading through Mexico, and they're like, wait a minute, launch the nukes because they still have nukes, right? Because the 1970s. But then this Romanov hires a guy named Yuri, who's a fucking psychic,
Oh my god.
to brainwash the entire U.S. Like he uses like mind control to to control like the guys who are supposed to launch the nukes. So all of the U.S. nuclear bombs just go off before they launch. So the USA doesn't have any nukes anymore, and the Soviets are doing a full-scale invasion of America.
Good fucking lord.
They reach as far as New York City
It's a very
and
weird
Oh.
game.
Chicago.
Holy
And then you have
fuck.
the president of the United States just in Canada. And he's like, all right, Commander, listen, you got to beat back those Soviet bastards. But get this, the European powers are still holding out against the Soviet Union. Somehow. And they're like, yeah, we'll help you, America, we'll help you. And the Soviets begin, like, and then fucking, they're like, Albert Einstein somehow comes back, and he's like, wait, it looks like fucking Blue Albano. Right?
Jesus Christ.
Seriously, it looks like fucking Blue Albano, and he's like, I think we have a plan. I'm gonna send you, using my time machine, I'm gonna send you directly into Moscow. Teleports all your soldiers into Moscow as he captured the entire Russian leadership. But that's not the end of it. Because Yuri, right, who's the psychic,
Right.
who looks like the nostalgia critic.
What?
Yeah, he looks like the nostalgia critic.
Okay.
He comes in, he's like, no wait guys, I've set up literally, he's set up a massive fucking tower in Hollywood, and he's like, I'm gonna mind control all of the world. And he does it, and he takes over the world. And it's only up to you and your forces are the only.
Jesus Christ.
And this, like, the creators of Red Alert, they just didn't care at that, right?
They're just having as much fun as possible.
Yeah,
See, alright.
and
Now-
but then you have Red Alert 3.
Okay.
Oh
Where-
man.
I might tell you later.
Alright, I think you're gonna have to tell me later because I hate to cut you
I
off,
know,
but
I
I have to
know.
leave, my man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have a
work now.
job and shit.
Yeah.
Honestly, Kai, I mean, we're coming up on like 2 hours anyway, so we can just wind it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, THQ.
Alright, this has been absolutely lovely, my dudes. Thank you for having me, and I'll be back.
Yeah.
Take care, Matt.
But I know for a fact Palm would love to hear Red Alert 3's story.
Well, we're winding it down. We're winding it down. So, all right. Thank you for joining us, Kai. Would you like to lead us out?
Well, as you know, this is me, Kaiju. If you're watching this on YouTube, I have left the Twitch channel in my description, and I also have my Twitter on screen as well. And, you know, for the two that I've left, I have left Cross's YouTube. He posts really good and well-edited videos. Check him out, show him some love. He really deserves it. He puts a lot of effort into it. And I've put Matt's Twitch channel on there. I should probably add his YouTube as well, but he's also a very good streamer. I think he's been doing Fall Guys recently, so go ahead and check him out. He's pretty funny and a pretty good dude. Pretty good man. Paul?
I'm Palm Top Tyrant. I like to say I stream, but I really should probably get back to it.
You will.
And I want to say thank you guys for all coming out. I think you're great. And Jesus, I hear you in the background like whispering like a demon. Just let me finish. And I just want to say that thank you guys for coming. Even though we were a little bit all over the place today, I really appreciate all your guys' support.
Yeah.
And historical.
This was me, historical man. That's all you need to know.
Well,
And yes, I do love Red Alert a little too much. Damn you, fuck you, EA, for killing it.
this was about game devs, not about game stories. Fun fact. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we got a little off topic, but it's not a big deal.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll catch you next time. And this was me, Kaiju, and that was Not Boggers.